Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority is a federal government parastatal under the Federal Ministry of Water Resources. It is one of the 12 river basin development authorities established in 1976 by Decree number 25, with its administrative headquarters at Abala in the Owerri North local government area of Imo State. With a vision statement to make Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority the leading agency in integrated rural development through sustainable development in human, land, water, and environmental resources for multi-purpose uses in Nigeria. And mission statement to sustainably harness and utilize water resources of Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority for improvement of lives and livelihood of Nigerians within the basin. The River Basin Development Authority operates an organogram which has the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, FNSC, at the apex, the Permanent Secretary, the Board of Directors, the Managing Directors, and 4 Executive Directors who are heads of directors. Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority has a total staff strength of 403. This is made of 385 senior and 18 junior staff. The authority have projects at various locations within the 5 states of the Southeast geopolitical zone of the Federation. Activities in these projects are geared towards provision of potable water supply, dams, irrigation, and irrigation water supply, as well as development of land for cropping. The headquarters is the administrative nerve center of the authority, from where all the activities of the authority are coordinated. Engineer Gerald Oswago enumerated some of his administration's development and rehabilitation achievements.
When I assumed office about 2.5 years ago, the staff morale was very, very low because the environment was very, very unhealthy. The offices were in total dilapidation. But then that was my first thing to show up. Without a good environment, there's no way the staff can key into all this mission, vision, and of course the roadmap. And in doing that, I embarked on total rehabilitation of the offices. By total rehabilitation, I mean it's like building brand new office. We have to equip the library to make sure that the environment is good for people to stay and do their research work. And of course, making sure that the library is up to modern standard and comfortable for people to stay and study.
Revitalization of Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority agricultural services became one of the focal points of this administration. His administration embarked on rehabilitation of the 60 hectares oil palm plantation at the headquarters. He seemed it necessary to maximize the utilization of the oil palm plantation through value chain addition. His administration had come up with a brand new design of a modern 10-ton oil mill, which is presently under construction for the production of palm oil and palm kernel oil. The reconstruction of water bottling plant for production of sachet and bottled water is completed. Equipment will be installed soon and production will commence in the next couple of months.
Now, the basin has nowhere to do, even to carry out staff meeting. So we also embarked on the redesign of that clubhouse into a modern multipurpose hall, which is currently under construction. Also, our training center was highly dilapidated. It's also under rehabilitation. Water supply, though we are a river basin, but the water supply here was in total mess. But the story is different as at now. All, including the staff quarters, the office, the toilets, everywhere can now open the tap and water flows. I also embarked on the rehabilitation of the estate roads to clear it of waterlog, potholes, and things like that. Work is seriously ongoing. To beef up the morale of the police station, which is within the basin, part of the basin facilities, we have to now embark on total rehabilitation of the police station. We have also made effort to ensure that staff have regular power supply. I cleared all the outstanding electricity bills, and we keep on ensuring that our electricity bill don't accumulate. In addition to that, we provide enough diesel to run the generators, both for office and for the people living within the estate. The staff have to be happy to deliver on the mandate and make sure that their welfare is taken seriously. And this has helped to show up the morale of the staff.
Rehabilitation of the meteorological station was not left out. This meteorological station houses meteorological equipment for taking weather data or parameters.
We've also gone ahead to add value to our meteorological station by the installation of real-time weather, automatic weather measuring instrument, which was just commissioned a few weeks ago.
Days gotten from the vicinity can also be useful when engineers complement it with hydrological data when constructing bridges, dams, and roads, and it will give them the amount of rainfall within a certain period. Students also comes here for excursions and for researches during their project works. To carry out the authorities' investigations and ensure the smooth running of their work, Engineer Gerald Osuagwo's administration had to recoup the survey unit and the press center.
He has been kind enough to give us instruments, total station, automatic levels, and some other equipment we normally use to run our jobs.
The Graduate Youth Employment Scheme was inaugurated by the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu. Engineer Gerald Osuagwo speaks on how his agency has progressed on this program.
We're going to have a training center that will help in driving the Graduate Youth Empowerment Program. By so doing, we also put in the dormitory. All these facilities will be in place in the next couple of months. The designs have been completed. The Songhai people are just about to mobilize to start work on those facilities.
This administration did not neglect the corporate social responsibilities to their host communities, which are Abala, Naze, and Obibizena. This they did by ensuring that they give them at least one water supply scheme and rehabilitation of road.
Flood, many, for them, also I report that. So over 15 years, in for River Basin, down on annual sources, between December and January. And since that time, everywhere people were happy because of the road.
Engineer Gerald Osuagwo's administration also embarked on the preparation of 6.2 hectares of farmland for farmers with the headquarters using authority tractors. This is to enable the farmers to work and produce more food. They equally help them to register their cooperative societies in order to gain more from the government.
Anyị nwee ike na-arụ ọrụ ka ndị nọ n'ime ime obodo na-enwe enwomega shi ana-ezo gari na ezo japon ma ọka ndị anyị eji eme nga so kemgbe ahụ kwanụ anyị megara ya anwụ eji henye anyị ya free eji henye ala free mene anyị ya rich jikpa anyị kpe eji agba japon so kemgbe ahụ kwanụ ma ọka anyị ma ihe niile anyị eji eme ya anyị ji enwe aji ya ama ndị ime obodo azụrụ ya na jijeri ya at the lower prices.
All these are geared towards ensuring that staff can cue into the vision, mission, and roadmap of this administration. In line with the President's agenda to lift 100 million people out of poverty, the Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, adopted the Songhai model of farming as he revitalizes and repositions the River Basin Authority across the nation. Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority under the administration of Engineer Gerald Oswango keyed into the directives of driving the agricultural and integrated farming. Songhai Farm is located within the premises of Anambra-Imo River Development Authority headquarters. The project is occupying a total land area of 19.5 hectares. Engineer Gerald Oswango speaks on this project.
Songhai is at the heart of the Honorable Minister because it is the modern way of agriculture where you have zero waste. The Songhai has been in existence even before I came on board, but we have gone ahead to improve and to add many facilities.
Achievements recorded so far in this project includes fishery. This consists of 12 units of surface concrete ponds with a reservoir and an earthen pond. Both catfish and tilapia species are cultured in this unit. The earthen pond stocked with both species, while they are stocked separately in the concrete ponds. Presently, a total of about 8,000 tilapia and 4,000 catfish are in stock. Free-range poultry. This consists of 4 compartments stocked with more than 500 layers. The layers are laying at the rate of 70%. Piggery. The piggery pens are stocked with burrs, sewers, and weaners. Processing unit. This is a modern and hygienic abattoir for the slaughtering of livestock and poultry products. Market garden. Market garden involves the production of assorted vegetables. It covers an area of 1.5 hectares. It is an irrigation project that is designed with drip system of irrigation for all year-round production of vegetable crops like tomatoes, pepper, telferia, cucumber, sweet corn, and okra. Large crops. This consists of 1.0 hectares of cassava and 1.0 hectares of beans. Agrofishery. This covers an area of 2.0 hectares with crops like pawpaw, coconut, moringa, plantain, and acacia. Biogas plant. Biogas is a renewable fuel produced by the breakdown of organic matter such as food, scraps, and animal waste. It can be used in a variety of ways, including as vehicle fuel and for heating and electricity generation. The biogas plant is 90% completed as the major components are in place. The managing director also speaks on some other plans the authority have for Songhai Farm.
In addition, under the 2021 appropriation, we are also going further to establish the cow ranch, the goat ranch, grass cutter, and other facilities that will go along to make sure that we have a compendium of what the Songa Integrated facility stands for.
Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority have one of the flagship projects, which is the Lower Anambra Irrigation Project, located at Ayamelum local government area of Anambra State. This is the largest rice farm in the whole of southeast of Nigeria. Engineer Gerald O. Oswago, the Managing Director of Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority, speaks on the state of this project before his assumption of office and his efforts to rehabilitate and revitalize it.
We have our flagship project, which is the Lower Anambra Irrigation Project. When I went there on assumption of office, in fact, I was forced to write a small message to the Honorable Minister, explain to him how dilapidated the place was. And he encouraged me. But I'll tell you today, the story is different. The office building has been totally rehabilitated. It's now a brand new office. The training facility there is also rehabilitated. We are now also working with ATAPs to ensure that the canals are brought back to life for all year-round cropping activity. It's important to know that this is the largest rice farm in the whole of Southeast.
The rice mill, through public and private partnership PPP, has been reactivated. This multi-million naira project mills so many tons of rice a day and can feed this part of the country and beyond. Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority have other small irrigation projects such as Ibu Minor Irrigation Project, located at Ndiebem Abam, Arochukwu local government area, Abia State. Another is Isuzo Minor Irrigation Project, located at Ikem, Isuzo local government area, Enugu State. These irrigation projects operate at their own small capacity, thereby helping the farmers within the catchment areas and also helps the staff of the authority to practice agriculture. These helps to increase food security of their areas and in turn their regions. Water is life, but water supply is a major issue in the southeast of Nigeria. A number of water supply projects have been recorded by the authority under the leadership of the present Honorable Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, through construction of motorized boreholes, solar-powered boreholes, and hand-pump boreholes.
The authority has done a lot in the area of water supply. We are, within the southeast, we are awarded about 633 water supply contracts, out of which 330 have been completed and others at various stages of completion.
Engineer Sylvester Okbani, Assistant Chief Civil Engineer in the Engineering Directorate of the Authority, speaks on the Itimida water scheme in Afikpo South local government area of Ebonyi State.
Before now, the people don't have access to water because of the geology of their area. It is difficult to sink borehole. So that naturally, or the way nature made it for them, there is this spring called Ufuku up the hills, about 153 meters above the sea level. very high hill, but with rugged terrain. You could see them climb that hill every now and then. The aged, the small, and all that. They will climb to fetch water from that spring and come down where people live. So what we are doing basically at Itimeda is to harness that water from that spring, from Ufuku, down to a table land, still uphill anyway. The project has solar components all through, both the surface pumps and all those things. So we have about 15 kVA inverter. So there's no no generator. It's going to run purely on solar.
This facility, covering an area of 30 meters, well fenced, with all the offices there and with good landscaping all through, is about 90% completed and will soon be handed over to the people to use. Another project of Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority is the water scheme at Ifite-Dunu, Anambra State. This project was taken over by Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority in 2019 for reactivation and reticulation. The renovation started in 2019 and ended in 2020. Mr. Emelife Cyprian, the principal of Namaka Secondary School, Ifite-Dunu, and Iwe Chiagozie, speaks about this project.
Anambra-Imo River came in 2019 to reactivate it and at the same time reticulate it. And it is now serving the entire community of Ifite-Dunu. They have extended the supply of the water from here down to the Nko Junction, where Igwe and the community people came here. All of us were here during the official handover.
So I want to thank the federal government for the project they have started in my school. The project has been helping my school so far. So it has reduced some stress for the students and also for the workers. As you can see, some work are going on in my school and they have been using the water so far. And I want to thank them for the work and also for bringing such wonderful work into my school.
Some people from these communities that are benefiting from these water schemes speaks on how things have been before and after the completion of these projects cited in their places.
People have been suffering, looking for places to fetch water, will go far to get water. But thank God for the borehole, at least it has reduced the stress in this place.
Na mmiri etinyere ebe a mmiri adịkwana mma ọ mara mma ọ na-egboro anyị mkpa.
This is the only good water we just have now, and everybody in our village enjoy. And my wife always tell me that we want me to fetch this water for her for drinking.
Ihe dị iche na ọnwa na ndị ọrụ ebu anwụ na chaji ọnwa nke ọjọọ bụrụ eletrik.
Functions of the authority include the construction, operation, and maintenance of dams, dikes, polders, boreholes, irrigations, and drainage systems. Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority is handling Ubu Dam and Mbo Dam. Both dams are located at Enugu State.
There would be water supply around that area because it's very difficult to get underground water in Ubo. Right now we are talking about food security. Part of the Ubo Dam is for irrigation so that there will be all the year-round irrigation. Generally, we will be using it for agriculture.
The Ubo Dam, which covers approximately 20 hectares of land, draws its water from different tributaries along the river line, and the fetch of the dam is about 1.2 kilometers, being the highest elevation of the tributaries, the catchment area that is supplying water to the dam. Ubu Dam will be used for water supply around the area because it is very difficult to get underground water in Ubu. Again, part of Ubu Dam will be used for irrigation so that there will be all year-round plantation of crops. The site will be used as recreational center. Construction of oceanography is going on. It will also be used for the purpose of training people on how to do fishery and other agricultural activities. Ndokaeze explains part of the vision for Ubo Dam.
His main vision is to make sure that we have a very good place for recreation and for training of the youth in terms of providing youth empowerment.
Ubo Dam is about 55% completion. Mbo Dam is another project of Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority. This dam is also to be used for water supply to its environs for agricultural purposes. Another major project of Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority in Imo State is the Amozari and Inishi Dam projects, which were recently handed over to the authority. Under the Public and Private Partnership PPP arrangement, some investors have indicated interest to use both dams for fishing and irrigation activities. This project involves the reclamation of roads and farmlands through the construction of drainages, earthworks, gully reclamation, and asphalting of roads across the 5 southeastern states. Flood, erosion, and bad roads are major problems within the southeastern part of Nigeria.
We have done quite a number of erosion control works, which has helped in food production because most of the farmlands cannot be accessed due to bad roads. But with the erosion control measures we are putting in place, people can now go to their farm as well as, bringing out their farm produce for sale to the market.
Maka oge izizi ruo oge gboo ụzọ anyị na-asị asụ akpụgboro abụọ n'ahụ anyị nwa bụ ndị ọrụ ugbo kịta ụzọ nga ebe a enwere m ike wepụta ihe nwe n'ugbo desa n'ụzọ ndị isi odume kwa ugbo agafeteja ha eburu ha ego ya karịa m wee bịa gbukwere si na m na-eje ahịa
maka na mbọ niile anyị gbago n'ụzọ a site n'ike aka anyị nwere nke galụ aga mana unu melụ erosion were dị controlled wee benata ansisi oge ahụ ụzọ arụrụ mee ndị be anyị wee bido zụwa ahịa obi dị anyị aṅụrị n'ihe gọọmenti na-alụrụ anyị site n'aka unu ahụ ndị Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority.
And for the fact that the road was untied before and motorable, we are so happy that today we can see that the road is tied.
The road with all the market, so I like it.
The authority experiences some constraints and challenges in the course of executing its statutory functions. This includes inadequate funding, late approval and release of yearly appropriations, high cost of lubricants, unserviceable vehicles, plants and machines, high liability profile to contractors and staff, sale of authorities' non-water projects, lack of security at the project sites, inability of the authority to readily acquire more irrigable land for agricultural purposes. The Economic Recovery and Growth Plan of Buhari's administration, which is meant to be a blueprint for pro-people intervention and in contribution to Mr. President's lofty agenda of lifting 100 million Nigerians out of poverty in the next 10 years. Anambra-Imo River Basin Development Authority, under the administration of Engineer Gerald Oswangu's, leaving no stone unturned in providing food and water to the populace in training of our teeming youths.